So guys, it's me, Man64, and I operate onto your computer today to talk about Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's has changed over time. Back when I started playing it, the games looked abominable, but now they look like the distant cousins of Unreal Engine 5 games, which is kind of insane. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about games from 10 years ago, 2014, when the pinnacle of Roblox games were Natural Disaster Survival, Normal Elevator, and when Murder Mystery was actually good and there were less predators than a jungle. So yeah, we're going to be talking about old Five Nights at Freddy's Roblox games. So before I start talking about any of the games in this video, I just gotta say, I have a long history with Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's. And I briefly mentioned this in my video, Five Nights at Freddy's 10 years later, a retrospective, which you should go watch that video. I put a lot of time and effort in that, and it's really good. I mentioned how I watched the Dan2Yem video. We played a Minecraft map that was based off of Five Nights at Freddy's. And I mentioned how I played a Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's game on that same day. And you're probably connecting the dots. The first game we're going to talk about is that game. That game gave me nightmares. I was terrified of it. And you know, like any good person, I tracked down what gave me nightmares so I can re-experience it again. So I went to go hunt down the game via its source, Roblox, and I looked up one of its original names, and I couldn't find anything, nothing at all. Because as it turns out, old Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's games from 10 years ago is difficult to find on Roblox. And I didn't know if they ever changed the name of that game or if it was lost. So I looked it up on Google, couldn't find anything, because Google only has new results of Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's. So I went to YouTube by looking up Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's 2014, and I found the playlist. Lo and behold, someone played the exact game I played 10 years ago. I was flabbergasted to see it again, and I took a screenshot of it and I reversed image searched it. And when I reversed image searched it, I found a video by someone named Rocket Ridge saying the game was missing on the thumbnail, and I was devastated.
All those tests and nothing!
Knowing that the game that I played 10 years ago, that scared the living daylights out of me, was gone. But it turned out it wasn't. I watched the video, and when I did, I figured out that the game was hiding in plain sight. It was actually Animatronics Awaken. And if you want to know more about this, because I got 90% of my information from that video, go watch it. It's pretty good. And I think the video deserves the support. But off of that side tangent, there it was. In the description of the game, it says it was called The Pizzeria. I thought it was called The Haunted Pizzeria. That's probably why I didn't find anything. But that wasn't even its original name. No, because I remember that original name. It was called Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's. And I even remember the title screen of it, and I can recreate it. And that's what the title screen looked like. The music it played was bone chilling to me. I was scared to no end playing this game. But now I look back at it now.
It's the biggest piece of dog.
The years did not treat that game kindly, let me just say. And the game Animatronics Awaken was made by Tiger Captain and apparently a team called Team K. But the most insane thing about this game is when you look at when it was created. It said the game was created August 12th, 2014. That would mean if this was just back then and the person was a solo dev, or if they had a team, that means this person had to have seen Five Nights at Freddy's and then recreate the game in Roblox within 4 days. That is insane. Most games cannot be made in 4 days unless Roblox is making that title up and it was never released then. That would be insane. And so yeah, Animatronics Awaken was the game I played 10 years ago. And playing it now was surreal, because it was something from so long ago that scared me so much, and I get to re-experience, but not in the best way. The game doesn't necessarily work as good as it used to. The game now has a lot of bugs, has a lot of issues, because the game is old. It's from like 10 years ago, and it's not gonna function correctly, because Roblox has this weird problem where the older the game is, the worse it functions, which is kind of just sad. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's on Roblox has been there from practically the beginning of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is insane. And also, the dude Tiger Captain and the team that made that game genuinely did an insane job at making Five Nights at Freddy's in Roblox, because besides the bugs and issues, I bet you at its prime, it was pretty much one-to-one with the game, especially for an early Roblox game from like 2014. He's insane. And I think I said enough about one of the earliest Five Nights at Freddy's games on Roblox and the first Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's games I played. So let's move on to the next one. And so now, the next Five Nights at Freddy's Roblox game from my childhood is The Night Shift, created by, guess who? Tiger Captain. This guy just created so many Roblox Fnaf games, and I don't even know why. This game was created November 25th, 2014. That's insane. It's only like 15 days later. That is insane. FNAF 2 came out November 10th, 2014. This game came out on the 25th. 15 days later, Tiger Captain was insane. Like, this person was releasing these games like they were nothing. And this was 2014 Roblox Engine. Not Roblox Engine now, 2014. That's insane. And The Night Shift wasn't its original name. The name was changed to The Night Shift from Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's 2 because of copyrights, and it says in the description of the game. And I remember playing this game so much, being scared of it just as much as the other. Actually, no, not. Actually not. I was not scared of this game as the first one. That one instilled fear into me. This one was just kind of spooky, but not horrifying. I wasn't shaking in my boots. And I remember playing this game so much that I actually became really good at it to the point of where I could beat it in like one sitting, and that was insane. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. This game did not get an overhaul like the pizzeria. This game looks ugly, and I found some video footage of the game before it was called The Night Shift, and it looks worse. So yeah, but just like with Animatronic Awakens, The Night Shift doesn't work 100% properly. Night 1's phone call works, but Night 2, 3, 4, and 5, probably even 6, doesn't work anymore. Again, it's a 10-plus-year-old game. It's a 10-plus-year-old game at this point. It is not going to function 100% like it used to. And when this game functioned, it was actually a pretty fateful recreation of FNAF 2, and it still kind of is. But the controls are really weird, like R to use the mask and spacebar to bring up the monitor, which, if this was made that early, this might be one of the first FNAF fan games to have hotkeys in them. That's strange to think about. But yeah, The Night Shift, I played it a lot, so much. It's kind of insane that this game even slightly functions now, because I remember trying to play it a while back and the game just didn't work. I just kept dying and it just wouldn't let me play it. But something must have happened. There must have been some magic that allowed me to play this game again. But yeah, The Night Shift is a pretty cool old Roblox game. But you know what? Let's actually jump up 1 year to 2015 to the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And of course, there are some Roblox recreations of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And of course, the legend Tiger Captain made a Five Nights at Freddy's 3 game. And of course, it was created like a couple days later. Created March 16th, 2015. That is insane. That is like, game came out March. The real Five Nights at Freddy's 3 came out March 2nd. So that means it came out 14 days later, 2 weeks later. That's insane. Again, Tiger Captain is genuinely insane to be making these games. But as you can see, the footage in the background is from someone else. And this person's channel is
IULITMX.
Thanks to them for having footage of this game, because unfortunately I can't. This game is no longer available. You can't play it. I actually remember playing this Fnaf 3 game, and it's sad that you can't play it. And it's sad, but I just gotta realize it's been nearly 10 years since this game came out. I'm not gonna be able to play everything from my past, and that is an unfortunate truth. From what I've seen from the footage of this game, it looks pretty fateful and like Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Also from what I remember from the game. It's sad that I can't play it, but I just gotta live with it. And now we're gonna go to the next game. So that Fnaf 3 game was a bust. But what if I told you I found another one of these old Five Nights at Freddy's 3 games on Roblox, made around the same time? While I was on that playlist with a bunch of 10-year-old Roblox videos, I seen a video from a guy named Syntax88 playing a Fnaf 3 recreation called Fazbear Frights Attraction. And I was like, dang, I have to play this. And I clicked the link and the game was unavailable. That's genuinely disappointing. I cannot play another Five Nights at Freddy's 3 game. From the footage that I've seen of the game, it looks like a pretty fateful recreation of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And it's genuinely saddening and disappointing that I can't play it. And the game was even created like a couple days later from the Tiger Captain one. I forgot to mention the name of, was after 30 years. It's so sad that I just cannot play any old recreations of Five Nights at Freddy's 3 on Roblox. And that's disappointing. But it does say in the description of the game that the person stopped making the game because they wanted to move on to other things. But at least the person said it was a fun project while it lasted. And I think that's what matters most. Having fun while making something. The game is no longer available, but I would like to hear about the game from other people. If you played it, feel free to say your experience in the comments below. But I just gotta say a big thanks to Syntax88 for having footage of this game and at least documenting that it existed. Because this game is probably lost media now and no one can play it. And that's all that matters, that we still have footage of the game immortalized. The conclusion of this video is, not every Roblox game is going to be playable. I was surprised to see that Animatronics Awaken or The Pizzeria or Roblox Five Nights at Freddy's was even still playable. It's insane. That game's from like 10 years ago and I can still experience till this day. Like, yeah, it doesn't work the best, but at least it still functions. Same with the Night Shift. I'm surprised to even see that game work because it's been so long. And as you've seen with those Fnaf 3 recreations, it's like not every Roblox game lasts forever. Some of them get lost to the sands of time. Some of them just become unplayable over time. And it's just a sad reality and truth that things will change. Time marches forward without caring about anything. You just gotta come to terms with the fact that time is a valuable thing. But yeah, the only thing I can say is spend your time wisely and do the things that make you the most happy, like what I'm doing. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, pin in the comments below. Thanks for the support like always. This was your host, TaquitoMan64. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.